Hey everybody, in today's video I'm going to show you how to do a breathing activity or breathe work activity on your Garmin Forerunner 955 watch. I'm using the solar version in this video. It shouldn't matter whether you've got the solar or non-solar. This should work the same for everybody. Now first let me say there's a few different ways you can get to this. You can set it as an activity in your activity listing, so you can simply just go to your activities and do the breathe work activity. The other way you can do it is you can get to it through the stress glands, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Now first and foremost, let me say there's a lot of things in this activity that I'm definitely not an expert on. This is more for yoga people, relaxation people. You might know what some of this stuff is. I'm going to try and show it to you as best as I can. Just know that I'm not an expert. Let's go ahead and go into our stress glands. Now I'm going to be using the buttons in the video. This is a touchscreen watch, so I could also use touchscreen. I've got touchscreen turned off, so actually I can't use it. Let me go turn it on just in case you wanted to see touchscreen. A lot of people like this watch because it's touchscreen. I tend to be more of a button guy, but now I've got touchscreen on, so I can show you what it would be like if we use touchscreen. What we're looking for is the stress glance. I'm going to go into the stress glance by landing on it, either clicking the watch face or pressing the start button. That puts me into my stress glance. When I want to do the breathing activity, while I'm in the glance, I can simply press the start button. It's going to ask me if I want to do the breathe work activity. I'm going to go ahead and press start, and that'll take me basically into the activity. This is the same place we would have ended up if you had it saved in your activity listing and just went to it straight from your activity listings. Now this is where I was saying it gets complicated, and I'm going to just try and show you these features, but I won't be able to explain them all. When you press and hold the menu button on the activity, you can go into your settings just like any other activity. I can go into my settings. I can change the data screens that it's going to be showing me while we're doing the activity. I can turn off vibration alerts. What vibration alerts in this activity mean is as it tells you to breathe in, breathe out, hold, whatever, it can vibrate for each one of those steps to let you know that you need to be doing something different. You can turn that on or off. Auto scroll is the same as what you see with other activities. If you have multiple data screens, they can automatically change while the activity is going on versus you having to manually change them. You can broadcast your heart rate. You can turn on or off the touch screen. So if you don't want touchscreen available during the activity, you have the option to turn that off. You can record your body temperature, power save, timeout, background color, all of this stuff is common to any other activity. The thing that's different is the breathing technique. And now I've got other watches that have breathing activities. They just basically give you a timer until you start breathing. On this watch, you can actually go in and you can change the breathing technique that you're going to be doing when you do the activity. I can go to change technique. There's a coherence, relaxation focus short, tranquility. I'm going to try and show you what these do. So for example, let's do coherence. Again, I don't know what that means, but I think that's going to be a 4-4-4-4 breathing technique. You'll notice when I selected it said make equal time breaths to achieve a state of whatever that said. I can go back and I can change to this one. It'll give me a description. Relax and focus. Focus, breathing, plan relaxes your body, focus, and mind. So on and so forth. Tranquility is follow plan to de-stress and get ready for sleep. The other thing you can do, oh, I'm sorry. I guess it just gives you a description instead of you clicking on it. When you change technique, if you wanted to go see the description for the current technique you're on, that's what description will do. So I'm going to just go with it. When you're ready to do the workout, I can either click do workout, or I can just go back and press the start button. Let's go ahead and start it. Now, the one thing I'll say is I'm not going to go through the whole thing. I'll maybe start one, show you what it looks like. We'll switch to a different breathing technique. I'll show you that one, and then I'll get to the end and just show you what it looks like when we finish it. I'm going to go ahead and start. Remember, we're doing relax and focus short. So it's going to give me a description, tell me what I need to do the activity. Once this description is over, it should go ahead and start the breathing activity. I think at any point I could have pressed the start button to start it. Again, this is a 4-4-4-4 technique. Now we've started our breathing activity. Now remember, because I didn't turn off touchscreen during this activity, I could use touchscreen. Oh, maybe I can't. Sorry, touchscreen was actually off. I should have turned touchscreen on for the activity. But I can use the up or down button to go through and look at my other data screens. So if you want to see your stress level and your respiration rate, your heart rate during the activity, you can. Remember, all of these screens and fields are customizable. We could have changed them in our activity settings. But you'll notice this one, 4-4-4, it's telling me to hold my breath, breathe out, hold breath, breathe in, so on and so forth. This will continue for 5 minutes. But remember, this is the 4-4-4-4 technique. I can stop the activity. It's going to be just like any other activity. It's going to give me a menu. I can resume, I can save, resume later. I'm going to discard it. Let me discard that one. Let's go change the technique. So again, I'm going to press and hold the menu button. This time, let's go into settings and I'll turn on the touchscreen for you. So touchscreen is now enabled during the Breathwork activity. Let's change our breathing technique. Instead of the one we were doing, let's do tranquility. Notice how the description on the tranquility one is different than what we saw on the other one. I guess because the breathing technique is different. Now this one, instead of a 4-4-4-4 technique, is a 3-6-6 technique. Screen's the same, and I didn't change any data fields, but I did change the touchscreen functionality, so now I can actually use touchscreen while the activity is going on. I'm going to sit for 30 seconds. I'll let it finish out. Spoiler alert, it's not going to be anything really worth seeing. You'll basically get a score at the top that shows you how you did, and then you can either save the activity or discard it or resume it just like any other activities. Actually, I guess this is going to be longer than I expected. This is a multi-phase breathing activity. This goes back to me saying I'm not an expert in this. So what I'm going to do here is I'll let it finish out, but I'm going to speed up the video so you don't have to sit here for however long and watch the whole activity. Okay, so we are coming to the end of the breathing exercise. I definitely picked the wrong technique to demonstrate on this video, but nonetheless, you got to see it. You'll notice it says, good job, practice regularly to get more benefit. And then we're going to see basically up here, there's a timer that shows how long the activity was, my average heart rate during the activity, my respiration rate. That's it. And then it's just like any other activity. We can resume. We can save the activity if you want to save it in your Garmin Connect account so you can go back and review that activity, or on your watch so you can redo it or reference it, review your recovery heart rate, so on and so forth. I'm going to simply discard it just like any other activity, and I'm going to confirm it. And we've successfully done the breath or breathing activity on our Garmin Forerunner 955 watch. Once we're done, it puts us back in the activity page. I can simply press back, get back to my main watch face. As always, I hope the video helps. At least it gives you an idea of how that feature works. Thanks for watching.